we're going to go over how to set up an LED in a breadboard so that you can then connect that LED to your computer for programming. So this is a breadboard, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it this direction because you can see that running down the sides of this breadboard are some markings. You'll also see some letters and numbers here labeled on the breadboard. And for today's activity, these letters and numbers don't matter so much in terms of where you place your materials. What you do need to know though is the way that a breadboard is built is there are these holes here for you to put electronic components into and take out easily, so you can do quick prototyping or quick tests with your components in your computer. Down the side, these are called the rails, and the rails are connected underneath this plastic cover all the way down the side of the breadboard. Underneath here are metal components so that when the metal pieces of your electronics touch the metal underside here, you can continue to pass electricity through your circuit. Now in the center here of your breadboard, these rows going across are connected on either side. So if I'm looking here at this row 10, for example, all these dots here, these have a connection underneath along this row. And this row, number 10, has a connection underneath, but they do not connect across. They also do not connect going down like your rail. Your rail is connected underneath all the way up and down along the board. So this is important because we need to know where the metal connections are happening so that we can close our circuit and make sure that our electricity can flow all the way through the circuit. We're going to start by placing our LED. So you need to pay attention to which of the legs on your LED is the long leg and which is the short leg. Remember, long is positive, short is negative. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place my LED in this row, and I'm going to have it straddle the center of my breadboard, and I'm going to just gently slide that down until I can no longer push the legs down into the breadboard. So we can make sure that it's pushed all the way down. We want to make sure that the metal legs of the LED are touching the metal connectors down inside of our breadboard. So it looks something like this. Now I have to remember still long leg, short leg. Okay, now for today, because we are going to eventually attach this LED to our computer for programming, our computer is going to output more power than our LED needs. So in that case, we're going to need to also use a resistor today. The resistor is going to resist or slow down the flow of the electricity so that we don't send too much power to our LED and burn it out. Our LED is going to go in the same row as our short leg. So short leg, resistor in the same row. That way that short leg and resistor are connected. And the other leg of the resistor is going to go into one of our negative rail holes. There we go. And we can just bend our resistor to fit the way we need, and then it looks something like that. We just want to make sure the leg of the resistor goes all the way to the bottom of the breadboard. And again, that is in the negative. So negative rail, resistor, short leg. So that starts our circuit off for us. Now we're going to need 2 jumper cables in order to connect these components to our computer. It doesn't matter today what color jumper cables you're using, but typically in electronics you'll often see red used for power and black used for your grounded end of your circuit. I tried to get something kind of similar because that's what I had access to. So in our negative rail now, remember the negative rail is connected all the way up and down. So I'm going to take 1 jumper cable, I need a pin on the end, and I'm going to put that in our negative rail. And this jumper cable is going to connect to our grounded end of our circuit. And so when you connect to your computer today or to your microcontroller, that pin is going to need to go to a grounded pin on the computer or microcontroller. With my other jumper cable, this is going to go in the same row as my long leg of my LED. This is the positive leg of the LED. That just needs to slip into the same row. And this jumper cable will connect to a programmable pin on your microcontroller. And we're ready to get started.